Hello grade 7, I hope you are fine, and today we're gonna continue revising the last part of our revision sheet, or I can say the second part. The last time we have stopped in number 20, we're gonna start from 21. What is the challenge or a challenge that Saudi Arabia faces? It faces many challenges, but what's the real one? That it must import large quantities of food. Why? We know the climate of Saudi Arabia. It is desert climate, and in such a climate, it's not easy to farm and have like a normal agriculture. Therefore, they import all these food productions. Number 22, Saddam Hussein is probably invaded Kuwait in order to gain control of important oil fields. And I told you guys, on the border between Kuwait and Iraq, there were many oil fields, and some of them in the territory of Iraq and some of them territory of Kuwait, and from this point all the trouble has started. But anyway, Saddam Hussein wanted anyway to control these important oil fields. Number 23. Because Bahrain ran out of oil in the 1990s, what happened? It began to develop banking and tourism. And that's exactly also another country have tried to develop the last 20 years. It is Emirates. Number 24, to sustain its economy. UAE, which is Emirates, depends on intensive agriculture. Sustain here means endure or bear, stand, keep. Number 25. Which of the following best describes the status of oil in Oman and Yemen? Oman and Yemen, they have oil but not so rich like Saudi Arabia. So these countries have oil but it hasn't made them rich. Number 26. Before he took power in Iraq, Saddam Hussein was a leader in the Ba'ath Party. The Ba'ath Party, which was led already by military officers or military generals. Number 27. One of the main tasks of the Iraq National Assembly was to write Iraq's new constitution. So writing the constitution was the main task of Iraq National Assembly. Number 28. What is Iraq's second largest ethnic group? It is Kurds. The first is our Arab, or the Arab people, and the second ethnic group is Kurds. The United Nations inspectors were in Iraq to make sure that Saddam had destroyed weapons of mass destruction. Alright guys, just to be honest with you, yes, it was all the time people that time, because I was living that time, and the United Nations all the time tried to inspect Iraq to say there must be mass destruction weapons, but actually later after the USA invaded Iraq, they didn't find any mass destruction weapon. Number 30. What crops does Iraq produce? Barley, cotton, and rice. 31. The September 11 attacks immediately led to new tension between the United States and Iraq. Actually, it was the tension between the United States and most of the Middle Eastern countries. Number 32. But just coming back to 31, and these Middle Eastern countries, Iraq was the real country that had big issues against the USA. So directly after this attacks, the United States started to point its finger to Iraq that it might be like giving the red light for these attacks. It was behind the attacks. Number 32. Two extremely large and dry deserts in Saudi Arabia are Rab al Khali and Nufad. Actually, they are one of the biggest deserts, fields, and territories of all the world. Rab al Khali. 33. What was the result of the war between Iran and Iraq? What is the normal result of any war? Will be problems in economy. So it is the economies of both countries were damaged. And that's the first result of any war. Number 34, we have the map here. That's the map of the region we have been studying all the last 2 months. It's the Middle East. Which two countries have all three climate? Iraq and Iran. Iraq and Iran. Number 35. Desert, plains, and space make up most of physical features of Arabian Peninsula, of course, mountains. Desert and mountains. 36. Oil is one of this region's major space exports. 37. Muslims believe in the ability of the majority of the community to interpret Islamic. It is Sunni. The majority of the community or Islamic community, they can interpret the Quran. Number 38. Iraq has established a space government and is rebuilding its economy. Of course, democratic. That's after the era of Saddam Hussein. They started to build their democratic government or system. Number 39. Islam is based on submitting to God and following Muhammad's teaching as written in the space, the Holy Book of Islam, Quran, of course. The last one, 1991, and Prince of countries forced the Iraqs out of Kuwait, and one of them was Egypt. So 40 is the last question. If you have any question, please send me a message on WhatsApp or call me, do whatever you can do. I hope you stay fine, and I really do miss you guys, all grade 7. I hope we're gonna see each other very soon, and good luck. Thank you very much.